Hey everybody, welcome back to part 2 where Imik and Jay decide and discuss all of the Titans class cards for the new set that's coming in just a couple of days. This is part 2 because part 1 decided to have a bunch of power outages and I kept on losing power. So we've got Rogue, we've got Shaman, we've got Warrior, and we have Warlock to finish up the classes. And then we're going to talk about a few of the neutral cards and see where it goes. Imik, how you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing well. What about
Good.
you?
You excited about this?
Nice. Yep.
All right, cool.
Not that
All
much
right.
about Rogue, but the other ones.
Yeah, listen, we started Rogue and we were running through and we were having a good discussion on Rogue because we were just running through the motions yesterday and then it just crapped out. So we're gonna have to do Rogue again. So the ones that we missed, um, in
It's all
terms
right.
of in terms of how Rogue is for the entire class cards. When I first saw it, I was like, "No, I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it." So there's two reasons why I'm now changing to where, hey, there's a possibility here. Some of these mech cards are just amazing. Both in visuals, all of these cards are amazing, but
Yep.
also because the amount of mechs that are in standard now and the mechs that were supplied for this specific expansion. So let's looking at the Titan now. Voltron Prime looks really cool. One of the things I like with these are the ability to use these abilities um, in any different way. So, the
Mm.
two gain +2/+1 and deal 4 damage to a random enemy, gain +1/+2, draw a card, say that 3 times fast. And then the gain 3 health and can't be targeted. This is not just when you're using this ability, it's not just for that, that ability. It's also going to go ahead and repeat it on another friendly minion randomly. But I love the ability that you have mechs already, you're building up a rogue
Mm.
mech deck or what have you. You got one thing on the board when you're ready for the Titan, and look at how low the cost is. I think there's something here with the mech rogue class.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like you probably slot the Titan into the Mech Rogue decks, but I'm not
Absolutely.
sure about some other archetypes. You probably don't play it in the other
Y-
archetypes.
Yeah,
I feel
I
like.
don't see it playing in other places besides mech rogue, but I don't know. It's still too
Yep.
soon. But uh,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that we were talking about yesterday was remember on the mastermind, after you play a mech,
Ooh.
get a random one of the gadgets. The gadgets are cool. There's a lot of utility in each one of these gadgets. Choose 2 minions, swap stats, give a minion taunt and divide shield. These are really cool. The coolest thing right here is the signature.
Yeah, this one is sick.
I'm going to spend a gob of money to try to get this. I know it. I'm well prepared for it. My wallet's not prepared for it, but this is one of the coolest ones, I think. And all the signature cards, they are a high bar. They are very good, but this one
Yep.
is just super cool. So I'm hoping we see a
Agreed.
lot of play with this one. And then yeah, Tar Slick looks cool for a 1 mana spell. It's pretty cool. Double damage this turn and then deal 1 damage. And that's not even including,
Mm-hmm.
because it's a 1 mana spell, what other things that you could do because the minions are now taking double damage. I like this one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I'm not sure if it's good in the current archetypes because it feels like a control card that you want to remove some opponent's board. Um, yeah, I'm not entirely sold on this one, but could be possible to play it in some maybe in mech rogue actually to trade some stuff off with the small mechs.
Yeah, I see a lot of these. I see a lot of these being specific to mech rogue. Lab constructor's cool. It's I like the forge
Yeah.
archetype with the gain magnetic or what have you. The art looks amazing. And then this one is going to be I already see some memes about it on Twitter right now about how this one's going to be a little bit broken. And I agree. I think this one is super powerful, has a lot of potential. And then yeah, the next one to look at, what is this creature? The Kajamite creation.
Which
Is this
creation.
Is this like a troll or a, I don't know,
I have
trog?
no idea.
I think it might be a trog. Well, the art is amazing. Battlecry discovered a spell from another
Yep.
class that costs 3 or less. We know how much rogues use other spells from other classes in other decks. I don't know if this will be used in Mech Rogue, but it's a utility card.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure not. But it's going to be played maybe in some Thief Rogues. You
Yeah.
probably don't play it in Miracle Rogue as well. So it's probably only like maybe some Value Rogue or not Miracle Rogue, Thief Rogue.
Yeah.
So
Is
these
there
two are the decks.
any other of these cards showing that there's anything else besides Mech? I mean, Gear Shift.
Yeah, Gear
I,
Shift you could probably play it in Miracle Rogue, I guess.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like that's it.
Exactly.
I feel like this set is only about mechs.
I think so. I think so. And listen, that's not a bad thing.
Yep.
I'm almost thankful that there's more definition and more in one specific lane. You know, the one thing that we talked about yesterday was with Paladin. Paladin was just like, you know, are we going to do
Yeah.
dragons? Are we going to do mechs? Are we going to do this? I
Mm-hmm.
would love to just be able to say, like, looking at this entire set for Rogue in its entirety, this is mechs, and I'm okay with it because the amount of
Yep.
nutty stuff that you could do. Pit stop looks good. Pit stop looks really
Mm-hmm.
good. Discover a mech and give it a +2/+1. Spider is amazing. It's helping you, you know, keep that minion that you have that you're working on for getting too much killed. Whenever this attacks, get a coin. This is the art is amazing too, and then this card is just
Oh yeah.
pretty good. It's a 4/3 as
An
well.
Hearthstone card.
Yeah, it's nuts. And then get the 3 magnetic spark bots with random bonus effects.
Yeah, this one is going to be nuts.
This is why I feel that that the mech rogue is going to be big because look at the spark bot abilities. And I know it's random. I understand that. Not absolutely
Yep.
no problem. But look at Miracle and Thief Road. There's a lot of randomness in both of those. More Miracle than Thief or what have you. And they never had a problem. So I think this is good randomness for randomness sake. And the art is just adorable. So I'm super excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all in all, I'm excited to play the rogue class. I'm excited to try the mech rogue. What are your final thoughts on rogue?
Yes, I believe it's not like a final thought about the card, but I believe the spark bots should have their art changed in the future because some of the arts are not matching the abilities. I think Leo said it
Really?
on Twitter. Yeah, because the lifesteal is green instead of purple. For
Okay.
example, I think or the other way. Yeah, is green instead of purple. So their art should be swapped in the future. I believe that's like a cool tidbit to know.
Yeah, you would think
Um,
that poisonous would be this one.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that one as well. That's a cool thing. But yeah, I'm excited to try out the Macroak. It seems cool.
Yeah,
It's
seems
something
very
new.
cool. Very cool. I like it. I like it better than giving us the
Same.
same old, same old, you know. All right, let's
Yeah,
go
for
into
sure.
Shaman. Um, I think this was one of the cards I got in the bundles when I opened them yesterday. Golganeth the
Ooh.
Thunder. I love this Titan. I think after watching the theory crafts, I'm sold on Shaman during this expansion, and I know they're only going to get better because the
Yep.
theory crafts you can't use a lot. But I don't see this one. I see this one being very good. And you know the abilities are deal 3 damage to all enemies, restore 6 health to all friendly characters. It's busted. It's good. Deal 20
Mm-hmm.
damage to a minion. I mean, we have a lot of high health minions right now, so this is great, especially if you're fighting some of the newer classes. You know, the newer cards being played right now with the other
Mm-hmm.
classes. There's some heavy high statted minions, so that's also cool. And then draw 3
Mm-hmm.
overload cards. I like this one. And then the first spell each turn costs 3 less. I would have loved for that to been like from this point forward, like, you know, through the rest of the game, but I get it.
That would be OP.
I know it would
Yeah.
be too, but I just want something like super ultra mega busted. That would be fun. What do you think of the
Yeah,
Titan?
you get it. Yeah, it's nice. I feel like I could play it in my control shaman.
Okay.
Um, I I like the second ability that deals 20 damage because I feel like they made it because of the new Warlock legendary that summons a tentacle based on the discover
Okay.
minion. Because you can discover the Fan Totem, which is 30 mana, 15/15. So this
Oh
makes sure
yeah,
you're gonna kill it.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
so I
Didn't even
feel
think
like
of that.
that's why it's 20 damage to a to a single minion.
Yeah.
I like
I
this
didn't
one.
I didn't see a lot of. I mean, I saw some very, very swingy turns. I think I saw a lot more evolve, and then a lot more the spell power shaman. I think it's bioluminescence, where it's deal
Yeah.
add one spell damage per. I saw a lot of that in there, but I don't know the rest of these cards how they're going to fit in it. The art is amazing. I love it. Uh, I love
Yep.
this battle cry right here. Unlock the overloaded mana crystals. Works perfect with your Titan. I didn't. Is there a lot of overload cards in this set?
I don't think so. There's only one, I believe.
Yeah, I only see
The
that.
the turn the tides. Yeah,
Yeah, but there is
but
some
there's
synergy
probably a
though.
lot of them. Yeah, for sure.
At the end of your turn, reduce the cost of a random overload card in your hand by one. Well, that's not really synergy. It's kind of. Um, yeah, I'm interested in seeing this being played a lot more from what we saw in the theory craft, but from what I saw in the
Mhm.
theory craft, there was some very cool opportunities there. I like this Champions of the Storm. The art is amazing. And then after you catch a nature spell, it summons a 4/2 elemental with rush if you forge it. That's pretty good. What do you think of the stats of this
Mhm.
card?
Yeah, this one is going to be probably powerful. Because you have a lot of spells for you can cast a lot of spells for 0 mana because of the next card. Um, so yeah,
Flash of lightning.
if you can forge it, even without the forge, I feel like it's powerful enough. Um, that's going to be a full board of 4/5 with rush potentially, which is kind of scary.
Yeah, plus this, I mean, this is a 3/5 elemental. So there's elemental synergy out there. And plus the fact is, being at
Yeah,
4
probably.
mana, you could throw this out and this ain't going anywhere. This ain't
Hmm.
going anywhere right away, or you've got to spend your time as the opponent really fighting to get this off the board. So it could be very swingy if you don't watch out for it. Thorin Drake, say that 3 times fast. Rush, whenever this attack summons 3/1 whelps to attack the target first. That seems familiar. What is that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
You mean Neptulon?
Yeah, Neptulon. Yeah, it looks
It's
like
either Neptulon, yeah, or it's the warrior rare card, I believe. It's
yep.
from Skullman's. The 6/8 mana. It summons 2/3/3s that attack first at the end of the turn.
This is
I mean,
this
not
is a
attack first, but
this is a good
yeah.
card. Wow, this is a
It
very good
feels good,
card.
but I have no idea where you would play it. Also, by the way, Neptulon I mean the hands of Neptulon attack the minion, but the Neptulon itself doesn't, and this can attack the minion as
This can
well
attack the minion as
when
well.
when the
Yeah,
dragons die. Yeah,
yeah. All right, it seems interesting. I'm excited to see it play. Tempest Hammer. After your hero attacks, deal 3 damage to the lowest health enemy. I could give or take this one. This one doesn't. I'm not jumping for joy on this one. I think there's other
yeah,
shaman
me
weapons
neither.
that are better. Um,
Yep.
Yeah, there's several shaman weapons that are much better than this. Lightning reflexes looks cool though, because you're
Ooh,
discovering a
yeah,
nature spell and then play it and then discover another. You've got synergy with the other elemental up above. This one's a pretty good card.
yep. It's pretty. Also,
Let's
it's a nice art.
yeah, no, I agree. This art,
Like, yeah, pushing
Crash
the
of
thunder.
Thunder,
I
Turn
think.
the Tides, and Disciple of Golganeth. What do we think of these 3 cards?
Yeah, I like the Crash of Thunder. I feel like that one is going to be probably the best out of these 3 cards. Um, yeah, I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
it's always a clear that is almost always going to be 3 mana or cheaper. I feel like Switch is a lightning storm, but better without the overload.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
agree.
it's a nice
I
card.
didn't see
Also,
this.
it
I
goes
didn't.
face.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, this is a pretty good card, especially for the potential of how cheap it could be.
Yep.
Turn the tides. Give your hero +3 attack this turn. Summon a 3/3 elemental with rush with the overload of 1. I mean, does this even look good with the Tempest Hammer or no? No, I don't see it.
No. Tempest Demon is just unplayable, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah, it's not one that I would jump on. And then Disciple of Golganeth. I've mentioned this before. At the end of your turn, reduce the cost of a random overload card in your hand by 1. If there's a lot of overload support, I would see this card being bigger, but I don't know. I don't know about this one. I'll have to see it used much more because I don't see it right here.
hmm Yeah, I feel like it's like the neutral. What's it called? Florist. Like the 2 mana, 2/3, the discounted a nature spell at the end of your turn,
Yes.
I believe. Yeah, so
Yes.
this one feels like almost the same. Yeah, not sold on this one either.
Okay. What are your thoughts on Shaman? Are you interested in playing it or you can give or take on it?
Yeah, I like Shaman a lot in this expansion. I like nature stuff.
Okay. I haven't played Shaman in depth from, compared
Yeah.
to other classes or what
hmm
have you, but Evolve was interesting. Evolve was a little nutty with the amount of randomness there was, so I kind of, stopped playing there. And then I stopped playing Shaman as it wasn't higher win rates than other classes, but I'm interested in trying this one out and seeing how the Titans are going to interact. Absolutely.
hmm
Plus, like I'm pretty sure I have most of those cards. Let's go ahead and move right into Warlock. So Warlock, we've been talking about personally. There was the Choose Your Titan event, and Sargeras won handedly, super easy for it. We got all the extra packs because he's a winner. And I was excited. This is the first legendary that I was able to pull from my packs. But I don't know. Every conversation I'm having right now with everybody else is saying that, yeah, it's cool, but I don't think it's going to last. What are your thoughts on the entire, Warlock class and Sargeras as a Titan for this expansion?
Mm, I mean, I like Reno Lock and probably some Cube Lock as well. But after that, I haven't been playing the class at all.
Okay.
Um, so yeah, but but Sargeras looks cool. I can see myself playing it again. Um, so we will see.
Q Block was my favorite. I didn't get into the Curse Warlock archetype
Oh
a
yeah,
lot, but
I
you
didn't like
know,
that one.
Warlock was the first class, and in World of Warcraft, 90% of the time you will see me playing a Warlock. So I love the class. Just recently, I want this one to work so bad though.
Yeah,
The
same.
Titan it's gonna open a portal and it's gonna summon 2/3/2 imps each turn. The portal's not
hmm
gonna go anywhere, so yes, you are gonna lose some board space, but there's always something you can throw on the board. You'll be in my opinion, when those imps come up, you have the ability, even if your Titan's gone, even if your other abilities are gone, to use your other cards that usually say, hey, kill this minion to do this, or destroy one of your minions to do this. I think there's
hmm
something there. I just don't know if it's fast enough in this meta, but we'll see. The Loken, Jailer of the Yogg-Saron, I don't see this being played at all. At all.
Wait, really? I feel
Yeah,
like it's going to be really strong
summon a
because you
tentacle with
can,
its stats and taunt.
yeah, like you can build your deck around it. You can just play Loken, you can play Fantotem and Thaddeus, I believe. and then you can summon. You can
I
coin it
forgot
on
about the
5.
fan album.
You
Yeah.
can get Van Totem, which is 15/15 with taunt, and then you use your location, which gives you another 15/15 with rush. And I feel like on turn 5 that's pretty powerful now.
Okay, pretend I didn't say anything about it. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. That's a good idea. That's
Yeah,
a
I
really
think
good
someone
idea.
tried it. I think someone tried it in the theory crafting event,
Did it work?
and it was pretty powerful. Yeah, yeah. I
Okay.
feel like even if you get like a 5/5 and then you just or a 7/7, because if you are playing this card in like a undead warlock, you have a lot of big minions, right? So you can
Right.
play like you can draw Thaddeus, for example. Then you can play or play use your allocation. You have
Okay.
Thaddeus. I mean, you have the tentacle on the board, 11/11, and then you have 11/11 with dash as well. So I feel like with that location is it's much better than this card alone.
No, I like it. I like it now. You've sold me, and I love the signature art.
Yeah, it's really nice.
All right, so then yes, so then talking about that conversation that way and prison horror, um, yeah, cost one less for each damage you've taken on your turns this game. Um, I don't know. I don't know if you're putting this in there if you're messing around with bigger minions like fan on them.
Yeah, I feel like you're playing this card in like a zoo deck that
Right.
deals damage to your face because you can play it with Flame Imp, and you have now the new neutral 3 mana 4/4 that has rush and deals 4 damage to your face. I feel like you also play it,
I
and
want to
you can
play
almost
this.
always yeah, it's a card as well. You can
Mhm.
almost always play it for 0 mana. So yeah, everything you can play for 0 mana in the early game is broken. So I wouldn't sleep on this one.
Yeah. My only thing is for it to be 0 mana, you just did 9 damage to yourself. That's part of the situation, in my opinion. But we'll see.
Mhm.
Like I said, I haven't played. I didn't play a lot of Curse. I didn't play a lot. I've
Yep.
played some Imp Warlock, and I'm familiar with Imp Warlock
Mhm.
archetype and everything. So I'm interested in see this play because I want Warlock to be good again. 1 mana chaotic consumption, destroy a friendly minion to destroy an enemy minion. I mean, we have so many good death rattles. Um,
Mhm.
we have so many good death rattles for Warlock. I would absolutely consider putting this in my deck to try it out.
Yeah, I feel like that one is going to be nice
Yeah.
because you can play it on your eggs. You can play it on some small imps, and
Yep.
always destroy a minion you want. It's not
Yep.
random.
I like
Pretty
that one.
powerful. Also, by
Now,
the way, with the imprisoned horror, you
right.
can self damage yourself, and then you can draw this card. It doesn't need to be in your hand, so you can just draw it for 0 mana and play it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Also it counts if you use your life tap, right? So it's minus two mana if you use your life tap.
Okay. Yeah, I like it.
So I feel like this card is going to be nice.
Definitely not going to sleep on this one.
Yeah.
Let's see. Disciple of Sargeras, Battlecry, discard a spell to summon 2/3/2 imps and then forge to give them +2 health and taunt. Yeah, I mean this looks interesting. Forge of Wills, I saw that being played. That one looks super
Yeah,
interesting.
that one is insane. Probably getting nerfed. I feel like
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you drop this on turn 3, then on turn 4 you drop this 7/7 with taunt, and you just copy it, and you get the 7/7 with rush as well.
yeah,
Just 14/14 in stats on turn 4, which is like Edwin or location in Rogue, power level wise, which is
yeah.
kind of insane.
That's what I saw most. I saw most of the
Yeah.
interactions on Warlock using Forge of Wills. Mortal Eradication, deal 5 damage randomly split among all enemy minions. Restore 2 health for your hero for each killed. I saw this played, but I didn't see it do a lot of work. So I'm just gonna have to see how well this is played.
Mhm.
And whether it's good. But I mean, I saw it played in decks during the theory craft.
Yeah. Uh, that card is similar, almost the same as the not sure how it was called, but from Dark Moon Fera, I believe, for Warrior. 2 mana, deal 5 damage to all
Yep.
enemy minions. I mean, split among all enemy minions. So this one is 1 more mana, but it can heal you as well. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
also
the
a
healing will help.
shadow spell. Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Wing welding. Excuse me. Discard your highest
Welding.
card cost card. Deal damage equal to its cost to all minions. I don't know why we would be doing any discard effects with Warlock this go around,
Yeah,
but maybe there's something there. I just don't see it. Discard was gone. Discard Warlock is gone for a while now. If they want to bring it back, that's fine. But I'd have to look to see what other interactions there would be before I would put this in my deck.
yeah. This one is a little bit weird because you usually, if you are playing discard Warlock, you want to probably discard your lowest cost cards rather than the highest cost cards,
Yeah.
unless you are in Wild. And I feel like you probably play this in even lock in Wild, but that's the only deck I can see this card slot in.
Okay. Thornveil Tentacle, Lifesteal, Battlecry deal 2 damage to a random enemy minion. Now does the Battlecry give you the health back, or do we know yet?
You mean the lifesteal? That
Yeah.
lifesteal is on the minion itself. So if it's lifesteal minion, but it also gives you the
Okay.
2 health right after
And
you
it's
play it.
random too.
Yeah, it's random.
Okay. It is
Just
what
an
it is.
arena card, I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. Um 1 mana monstrous form, give a friendly minion +3/+3 until your next turn. I don't know if we need this in there, especially with, some of the interactions that we're talking about. Um for it being a common card, maybe. I just don't know if monstrous form will see any play.
Same. I don't see this one to see any play, basically. Maybe in Zoo, it actually could see some play, maybe.
Could be,
If
could
you,
be.
because it's like PO, Power Overwhelming, the old one that
Right.
gives a minion +4/+4.
And then it died
But
afterward.
it dies. But I feel like this one is worse because it doesn't die.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. All right, so I know you said that you didn't play a lot of Warlock. Do these cards have you interested in playing this class a little bit more this time?
Yeah, for sure. I think I built like a undead, what's it called? The Rafam quest in Wild.
Yes.
That you need to draw 20 cards and you have a hero power that draws you a card for 0 mana.
Right.
And that was kind of fun. So I feel like I would play Sargeras in the deck as well, and Loken probably,
No,
and
I like
maybe
it.
Forge of Souls. So I kind of like this expansion for Warlock.
Yeah,
Potentially some cards can slot into Reno Lock as well. And in standard, yeah, the undead Warlock can play Sargeras for sure. And
I'm
you can
absolutely
potentially
trying it day
use
one.
Loken. Yeah.
Well, now I'm going to try Logan just to make sure that, because I was totally off on that one. I apologize. Thank you for schooling me on that one. All right, let's go to Warrior. Okay. Warrior has been down on the dumps for quite a while. I'm excited that it's coming back. It has been back a little bit recently, very recently. Um, and these cards look busted. And my main impression when I was watching the theory crafts was there's some crazy things that could happen with Warrior. And I'm excited to see what it does. I don't know if it's going to be like a dominating, like, top tier one, tier two. I think it's going to be a tier two. Absolutely. Will it be tier one? I don't know, but it has the most chance right now of being tier one based on these cards that I've seen. And Kazgoroth is the Titan. After this uses an ability, gain immune this turn and attack a random enemy minion. Um, I like this one. There's many other cards that are in with Warrior that I like more, but this card, besides being gorgeous art, it has a lot of potential here. gain +2/+2 and draw a weapon, and then give your hero +5 attack the turn after you're grabbing 5 attack. It's really cool. What do you think?
Yeah, it's nice that it's 6 mana. I would probably prefer if it had like 5 attack. I think it's alright. It has some immediate impact, and you can draw some cards. You can trade some cards away. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's not the worst Titan, I feel like, and you could potentially slot into Control Warrior.
Yeah, I'm interested. I like it. And like I said, I'm super excited for what Warrior is going to be, and it's big in part because of this one. Odin Prime Designate.
Yeah,
For
yeah,
the rest of the game, after your hero gains armor, they gain that much attack for that turn. I mean, this one is going to be busted. For what I was seeing swings of like 20 health
yeah. 40
in
damage.
one shot. Yeah, 40
Yeah,
damage. It was just nuts. And you know, a
and the
lot of
effect
these,
stacks as well.
yeah, there's going to be some nutty stuff going on, and that's just in standard. Didn't even talk about it going into wild or what have you. What do
Yep.
you think of Trial by Fire, though? From what I've seen, sentiment is not really any good.
Yeah, I don't know where it slots like into Warrior right now. I see it like what's it called? The Scales of Onyxia in Druid that dealt 14 damage if you killed all the whelps that it summoned. And
Right.
this one deals 15 damage. But it's harder to trade the minions correctly because one is 1/1, the second one is 2/2, and so on, right? So
Yeah.
it sometimes it's going to leave you with like a, I don't know, 4/1, for example, and then you can't trade the last one because it didn't get buffed from this one. So from the last one, not dying. So yeah, it feels a little bit weird.
What's the purpose of this card? Is this card clearing one big damage minion, or is the card dealing like clearing a board?
Yeah, I feel like if you are clearing one big minion, you are never playing this card because it's
Right.
7 mana. Like, why would you not play Shield Slam, for example, for 1 mana or
Exactly.
execute?
Exactly.
Um, yeah,
All right. So we
this card
probably
is
won't
is
see
weird.
this one. Probably won't see this one play.
Yep.
While there's not a lot that I see, hold on, I'm just scrolling down. Yeah, while there's not a lot
Mm.
of mech synergy for Warrior, we've got one, Furious Furnace. The gold version of this card is amazing, by the way, but it's a 2 mana 1/3 mech with magnetic, also damages minions next to whoever this attacks. I would have to see this being utilized more in, in certain elements. I don't know a lot of mechs that I would put in as opposed to putting other warrior cards that have been in the expansion recently instead of this one.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird. Like, Warrior probably has some max involved. You can slap it on Zeliax. So it's like a better Hollow Hound,
Yeah.
kinda. Or actually maybe worse. Because it has Divine Shield, but it has lower stats. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I just
would
don't
be
see it yet.
what, 4/5, just like worse Hollow Hound for 7 mana. Yeah, it's a little bit weird.
I don't see
I
it.
don't see this one either.
Minotaurin. Okay, so there's two things with Minotaurin. Number one, the signature art is insane. But number two is, if you're talking about what Odin's going to work with, this is what Odin's going to work with. Minotaurin is the one that I was seeing
Yeah,
huge swings from, and I think that this one is perfectly statted. I don't even think it needs a nerf. I think it's just perfectly statted. I just think the interaction is going to be nutty. What do you think?
yeah, same. I feel like this one is going to be much stronger than some people thought in the beginning.
Right.
Because yeah, I feel like a lot of people slept on this card.
Yeah.
Because if you play the Fires of Fires of Zinjashari was the spell, the legendary one from the last expansion. Do you remember?
No, I'm terrible with card names.
Or
Don't
Black
tell
and
anybody I
Roll,
said
or
that.
it's like Black and Roll or something like that.
Black rock and
Uh,
roll.
yeah, Black and Roll.
Okay.
So this one, yeah, if you cheat it, and then you draw this card, it's like 11 armor, which is insane. It also trades a minion off. Uh, I believe if you use it in Wild with Provocation, which is a 0 mana spell, that makes all the minions to attack this one, then you can gain a lot of armor. Because this card says whenever this minion deals damage, so if it kills the minions, then it deals damage, right? So you can gain
Yep.
like 50 armor on one turn, potentially, which seems absurd to me, I feel like.
Yeah, that and anima
So,
extractor.
yeah,
Imagine just keeping this in board while you have it. This
yeah.
would be something that you just kept in your hand from the beginning and then just kept on building it and building it and building it. Um, getting to get like this one here with smelt. Give a random minion in your hand
Yeah.
+3/+3. Lose 3 armor to do it again. It's just huge what you can do with this. Stone skin armor. I mean, we're moving back and forth. We're jumping ahead. But if your armor changes turn, draw 2 cards. That's pretty cool if you need cards. If you're looking for card draw, this would absolutely put this in because armor's going to be much more accessible than it has been. And that's what Warrior does. I mean, Warrior puts on armor 24/7,
Yeah. This one is also nice that it doesn't say like you need to gain armor. You can lose armor, which means you can swing your weapon into the
Yep.
minion and you lose armor, and then you can play this card, for example, on turn 3. So, yeah, definitely going to see some play in Control Warrior.
Yeah. Craftsman hammer between all the weapons that we have right now. If your hero attacks and kills a minion, gain 4 armor. I don't hate this one. But I don't know. I think there's other weapons that might be better off for warrior. I could be wrong there. The art is amazing.
Mhm.
Bellowing flames, 3 mana, deal 5 damage to a minion with forge, then deal 5 damage, split them on all enemy minions for 3 mana. This is amazing.
Yeah, this one is nice as well.
Steam Guardian, draw a spell, reduce the cost of a fire spell in your hand by 1. I'm not seeing that. I'm not saying that it's going to be, good or bad or ugly, but I'm not seeing that one being used right now.
The Steam Guardian?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Isn't it insane to draw Black and Roll on turn 3?
Okay, so yeah,
To trade,
Black Rock
to
and
trade
Roll,
from your
turn
deck,
3.
then you play it on turn 4, and then you win the game.
I think you're setting me up on that one. No, you're right. Okay, you've got me on 2 to where I'm
Yeah,
like, no, I don't see this. I don't see this. And he's like, but wait, there's more.
they played it in the theory crafting streams, and it
I
was
didn't see
insane.
it.
Like
I
if
didn't see it.
yeah, if
No, that's cool.
if they played on turn, if they played Black and Roll on turn 4, they basically win the game on spot.
Wow.
And yeah,
All right, I'm gonna go.
because the
Like
stats that they can get is absurd.
I'm gonna go back to see that because that is super busted. That sounds awesome. All right,
It
what do
was
you
like a
think?
first game with Zeddy, and his opponent played it on turn 4, and
Okay.
Zeddy almost rage quitted and turned off the stream almost.
I'm gonna write that down to look for that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think about Warrior
Uh,
as a whole?
I love Warrior. I love that they're bringing back Control Warrior. That was probably the only deck that I played to get to the number of wins that I have. I didn't
Okay.
have 1000 wins yet, but I have like 800 wins, and all of them are with Control Warrior, or yeah, basically, because I haven't played any Pirate Warriors at all. So yeah, I grinded my ass off with Control Warriors, so I can wait for this expansion to drop to play some Control Warrior again.
I think my most recent legend was with Rush Warrior. It's dating it, but that's what it was. I'm excited for that too. Okay, so while we're not going to go through every single neutral, I've got 1 or 2 that I'd like to just say, hey, I'm interested in seeing, and we can just riff off of these. What do you? First of all, I want to ask, what do you think of Prison of Yogg-Saron?
It's a nice card, but I'm not playing it in my decks because my RNG sucks.
Exactly, and that's why I'm not as well, and I think that's what some other people are playing it, because I see, you see so many, people are sitting there playing it while you're watching the streams, and it just doesn't work for them. So,
Yeah.
um, the Flame Behemoth for 6 mana, 4/5 mech
Hmm.
lets Battlecry get to random magnetic mechs. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I feel like you play it in all the mech decks.
Yeah.
Rogue, Rogue, Paladin, and Mage. Probably play it in all of these decks.
Okay. Next one I want to talk about, and I'm going to ask you your opinion and see what you think. And I think you've seen my discussion on this, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on the matter. Um, I like this card. I think this card has a little bit of potential. I like the idea that I lose a bunch of games on the ability for the opponent to grab the card that they need on their next turn. And I like the idea of being able to, adjust that if
Hmm.
possible. I'm not saying this is going to win every game. I'm just saying if you have room for a 4 mana card, I would definitely try putting this in a deck to see how it is. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I feel like people are going to experiment with this card in like Priest, maybe Warlock. Probably Warlock. No, probably not in Warlock. Yeah,
I was
I don't
thinking,
like the
go
Yeah, I don't
ahead.
like the fact that you lose your hero power, which is sometimes useful in certain matchups or most of the matchups. Like Warlock, you probably don't want to lose stepping, or if you play it in
Right.
Wild, you probably don't want to get this hero power
I
rather
agree with
than
that.
I don't know
I
some
was
other
thinking
hero
I was
cards.
thinking Mech Paladin. What do you need your hero power for?
Mech Paladin.
Now, I'm not saying
But do
this is
you
the
want to?
perfect card. I'm
Yeah,
not saying this is the perfect card to throw in there, but
yeah.
if I'm looking for, someone top decking the win on a on a class that I'm playing, or an archetype that I'm playing that's a little bit
Mhm.
slower, it would be something that you might want to experiment with. I think it's an interesting concept, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
Mhm. I can probably see it maybe in Death Knight, in Control Death Knight, or in Priest, because Priest has some cards that say you copy the top card from your opponent's deck, so you can
Okay.
potentially copy the perfect card you want from them. So it's a possibility that it might work out, but I feel like it's not. I feel like from 5 stars it would be like 2 stars for me.
Okay.
Flame Behemoth would be probably 3 stars. Yeah, and the first two probably 1 star, to be honest.
Okay, what other those are the ones that I'm most interested in seeing from the new expansion. What neutral cards are you interested or want to talk about?
Yeah, I like Ignis, kinda, because I feel like you can play it, for example, in Warrior or in Druid, potentially, because you have the
Okay.
1 mana spell, not sure how it's called, Embrace something, for 1 mana that you certainly want to play in all the Druid decks. So if you just load this card in, then you can just have some uh, late game late game weapon that you can kill off your opponent along with Astralor. So yeah, I see this one in some decks. So I
This
would
is
probably give it 3 stars as well, again.
this is pretty cool. And the way it works, right, is it's based on what
Hmm.
your which one you pick. It's either 1 mana, 5 mana, or 10 mana weapon, and then you get to pick
Yes.
from 3 different abilities that you can add to it, and it's based on,
Hmm.
yeah, so it's based on poisonous. Okay, so you get one of these, like you get to discover one of these four. Yeah, one of these five. So you can put
Yeah,
poisonous
5.
on it, life steals on it, right? What wind fury, or then also damages, or your hero
Hmm.
is immune by attacking, and then you get one of each one of these, or you get to choose from what. Yes, you get to choose from one of these. So you either get
Yeah.
Genius of Mimiron, and it's based on whether it's
the
the 1
weapon you
damage, 5
selected.
damage, or
Yep.
the 10 damage mana weapon. Okay, I
Mhm.
think it's cool. I think it's a little complicated to look at any screen on this right now.
Mhm.
This one's pretty complicated. Yeah,
Yeah, it's like Kazakus basically. Um,
yeah, for
so
4
I
mana
like this
too.
one.
4 mana,
Also,
that's
yep,
pretty good.
I saw some combo from our community guy on Hardpound. He made a post about wild combos possible with this expansion. And there's a wild pirate that says equip a random weapon that you have destroyed this game. So you can potentially
Oh,
like
wow.
play a 5 mana weapon crafted from this guy, and then you can re-equip again with that pirate, potentially 2 more times. For example, in Control Warrior or something. So you can get like the armor or lifesteal or something, and then you can just keep re-equipping it.
I
That could
like
be
that.
powerful as well.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm interested in trying this out. What else?
yeah, the epics. I kinda don't see either of
Don't
them.
see anything
Maybe the
here.
Mecha Leaper maybe in Mech decks. I feel like
I
that's
agree.
probably playable.
It will be
And
versatile.
yeah, potentially Storm Giant in some maybe like reading Control Warrior. Um, Potentially maybe Druid as well.
Right.
If you get like some uh, if you get the elemental that copies this card if you forge it, I feel like you could play this one and just get some late game stat bumps in Druid.
Okay. What about rare cards?
The Angry Hellhound has super nice signature card. That's one of the things.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Plus it's a beast. You could do some nutty things with
yeah,
this
it's a
right now.
beast. You can play it in Hunter probably, but not entirely sure about that.
Okay.
Um, it feels like arena cards, most of them. But for sure you can play Projectionist in some decks. Just it's like a Zola effect, but for 2 mana,
Yeah.
and you can probably play it. I mean, if you play Projectionist, you probably play it in the same turn, anyways. It's it could be used for like Nagalink in Relic Demon Hunter. If you get from Nagalink, you get a relic. You can then copy the Nagalink and cast it again because the
Okay.
Nagalink is 1 mana, right?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, you can potentially get some 0 mana cards that you cheated somehow. Not sure how, but you can get them out
No, I like
because you
it.
don't care about the cost. Yeah, but I don't see
Yeah.
the rest.
Yeah, and then the other ones yeah, I mean, there's a couple cool mechs in here. I don't think it's crazy. Tram operator looks pretty good. Disposal bot, it's all right, not too problematic. Um but the rest of them, yeah, there's some cool ones here. There's some opportunities. Nothing, I mean, besides signatures, oh my god, look at that. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
this
Ravenous
one is
Kraken
sick.
looks like the best.
It's by
This is like
it's
Cube Block. Bringing back Cube Warlock with this.
half cube.
Same here.
Yeah,
That's one of the
the token is made by the way by Alex Horley. I don't know if you know him,
Yep.
but he made some sick arts. For example, in Madness and the Dark Moon Fair, he made all gods, I believe.
Right.
Um, yeah, his art is super sick. It's painting
It
like
is
style,
so
I believe.
cool.
Yeah, and this one is also probably the more animated one. The signature is probably one of the more
Okay.
animated ones from the set. I like that one.
Yeah, I
Mm,
love these.
I like the
Thank you.
7/7 for mana, the common one. That's going to slot into the Warlock deck for sure.
Okay. Absolutely.
Trem Operator probably played as well in some mech decks. Um, yeah, Melted Maker, that's the elemental, which is if you scroll a little bit up, it's on the right, the Melted Maker.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Okay.
I
Melted
feel like
Maker.
you can play it with some forge
Yeah.
cards.
Yeah.
Um,
That's cool.
I like that one. Ravenous Kraken. Yeah, I feel like you can play this one in some Egglock or maybe in Unholy that night as well, potentially. Um, Relentless Work. I saw some comments on Twitter. I believe it was from Donkey. He said that it could be possible to play it in some beast hunter because you can play bananas on it on this minion, and you just keep trading the board, and it keeps healing itself. So you just never lose with the board basically, unless they kill it somehow.
There's some really cool
Mm,
opportunities here.
yeah, I like Sharp Eyed Seeker as well. I feel like that one could be playable just to get your the photo from Frizzle Wizzle.
Yeah.
Um, Throw could be playable in that self-damaging Warlock. And yeah, the last ones, probably the Inventomatic is playable in the mech decks. Um, the Watcher of the Sun is for sure playable in Mage, potentially Priest, because you want to
Hmm.
get the different spell schools in Mage. Drone Distractor is for sure going to see play in Mech Rogue and all the other mech decks.
Oh, absolutely. That 100% we'll see
Yeah,
that in multiple. If it's a mech class card, it will. I mean, if it's a mech, class being played, this will be in there. Absolutely.
yeah. And you probably play Ancient Totem in Totem Shaman in Standard, and even Shaman in Wild, and that's probably it from the neutral ones for me.
Okay, that's all of them, isn't it? Yeah, you've got them
Yep.
all. Okay, so August 2nd, the new expansion comes out. It's just a couple of days away. Right now we should be preparing, by making sure that our spell books, our quest logs are ready to go. Plus, a new month is what, tomorrow or the next day? I think the new month is like two days away.
Tomorrow.
Okay, are you sure?
No, actually, in 2 days for you,
Yeah,
but
2 days. 2 days. Oh
It's
yeah,
Monday
that's
for
right
me
because
now.
of the time zone. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, so we're gonna have a lot of changes. I didn't spend a lot of time looking at a lot of the common cards and the neutrals or what have you on a lot of
Mhm.
these, and I really appreciate you hanging out with me and going over all of these because I'm looking at the card and I'm like, okay, yeah, that's pretty cool, and I'm looking at it mostly from the art and be like, yeah, maybe, but you've schooled me like 3 or 4 times today on the wait, you need to look at it for this. And then I'm looking at some of these other cards and I'm like, okay, I didn't even see that there. So I appreciate the insight, and this is one of the many reasons why I said, "Hey, can we do something with this?" Because I appreciate all the attention to detail that you give when you're, talking about or
Mhm.
showing information about Hearthstone. So I appreciate your time.
Yep. I'm glad to be here. By the way, one more thing about the Warrior Legendary. It was made by the same artist that made the Onyxia in the mini set from Fractured and Alterac Valley,
Okay.
and I feel like that artist is probably one of my favorite ones.
Are
Um,
you talking about for
yeah,
the Ravenous Kraken, or you mean someone else? Which one?
no, I mean the Warrior Legendary,
Oh, okay, the Warrior Legendary.
the
Yes, yes,
Odin, yeah,
yes.
Odin.
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't know how
very
it's called.
happy.
I believe it's if like Alex, but not sure about the second, not the signature one, the normal one.
Oh, the normal one. Okay.
Yeah. He posted it on his R station or somewhere. I don't remember, or maybe on Twitter. But this guy is super skilled. Like I love his artworks. All of the artworks he makes, they are super sick. I feel like it's second Alex Horley, which is the guy that created
Yep.
the all the gods.
Yeah,
So yeah.
I think this is like I loved the flavor text or the flavor
Oh
of
yeah.
the last expansion, but this one, the artwork is just blowing me away. So I'm
Same.
excited that the high bar has been placed on this. And like I said, signatures, I've said it multiple times. Signatures, I want them all. I will probably go broke. Second mortgage
Yeah.
on my house. I'll sell my car. I can walk to work. That's not a problem. I want all the signatures. I'm ready for it. All right, Imik,
They are
where
sick.
can everybody reach you? And I will put your Twitter handle up on the top. How do people know more about you, can see more about you?
Yeah, so they can reach me on my YouTube, on my streams on Twitch. I sometimes stream, or on Twitter, as you said,
Yep.
or on Hardpown.
Yeah,
That's or Discord.
if you're not
I'm on
checking out
all social
Hearthstone,
media,
all
or
social
even on
media,
Reddit. I
Hearthstone,
post a lot
Reddit.
of stuff on Reddit.
I'm not on Reddit as much, but I think the most I've seen on Reddit is your posts. I think yours
Yeah, I
may be
sometimes
hacked, but I
post.
could be wrong. So I have to get on Reddit more as well. All right, Imik, thank you so much. And to everybody that's watching, we appreciate it. This is one of the this one in the video last posted yesterday. This is the longest videos that I've done on the channel, so I appreciate your support. If you like what you see in here, like and subscribe, and have fun in the tavern with the new cards that are coming out in 2 days. Take care.
See ya.